Kevin, stop it! I'm gonna kill you!
What do you get when a bunch of artists find old books and get drunk on their fantasies for adventure and boxed wine?
The Killustrators.
A Dungeons and Dragons adventure. Last time on the Killustrators.
Has Witherspoon come across us yet?
So very quickly afterwards, he does come around the corner and be like, oh, what's this? Oh, what's this? Oh, marvelous! And he goes and like starts poking at the body really excitedly. And this is what you found. And where was this? Where did you find this?
To the woods in the north.
Your party not coming back
And why is that?
because they're dead.
Oh, they're definitely.
Okay,
fabulous.
dead. All right. So perhaps we should deal with this very quickly.
Yes.
So as to prevent.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, very good. I will take this into consideration, and I will go and do all the investigating I can, see if I can't pinpoint exactly what this is, where it came from, and who created it. So you can probably assume that all the things that were happening in the north were also the things that were happening in the east, but to a lesser degree because they were just coming into that area and going back. You guys are all hanging out in the roadhouse.
There's a white crow that just like flies around for a bit. It lands on her shoulder and it has a tiny bit of parchment. She reads it for a bit. I have to say something. I have to go. There is some really, really bad unrest up north, and I am required elsewhere.
If I could have that gem back, I would appreciate it.
You just remind me of your father.
Oh, is he had that? Oh, wait a minute. Hold on a second. Well, hopefully whatever's going on, we can figure it out and fight the bad guy, and then, I don't know, hang out.
When we last left off, you'd all just got done disposing of the monster that awakened in the old necromancer's lair, which you then destroyed.
Yes!
Yup. Being the responsible crew that you are, you retrieved the monster's body and delivered it to the research facility for study. The crowd in the building murmured, went off and did their separate task. A team carried away the deceased monster to go and study it. The townspeople slowly started to hear about the monster's demise until there was a formal announcement. A sense of cautious optimism swept over the town. After a little bit, they're like, okay, cool, seems like things are taken care of. I mean, don't know for sure, but okay, that's positive.
Progress has been made.
Exactly. And your job now done, you all headed to the inn to crash and recover. A rest well earned, because you are all dying. Or most of you, anyway. It's good.
Yeah.
Knack is mourning his Githka.
Oh, right.
No! Like, Scoob!
No.
My Githka!
Died.
Yeah. Alright, so, despite having fucking fever dreams of Scooby-Doo, waking up in a cold sweat in the middle of the night.
Oswalt, I had dreams about a terrible children's cartoon that turned into an awful meme.
Gee, gang, why don't we split up and fuck this shit? The night passes and you all rest pretty easy. Brix. Mm-hmm. During the night, while you're asleep, you see what is becoming the norm for you in your dreams. Stars from an unfamiliar sky, glowing yellow silhouette, twisted silver tendrils, but this time the sensations don't overwhelm you quite like they did when they'd started. You don't feel the ground slip away beneath you, your head isn't spinning, you still can't make sense of everything, but you wake up feeling pretty rested and calm. So you're not freaking out, but it's still kind of like, that was weird. You know? Cool. Whereas Oswalt, despite your sleep being dreamless, as you wake, you briefly hear what sounds like voices echoing from far away. To the best of your recollection, it seems to be, at the very least, similar in nature to what you'd heard and experienced when you first touched the orb. The voices were speaking over each other, making it difficult to understand, but from what you can discern, they seem to be discussing the urgency of completing something. Knack, you set up camp outside the inn. You pitched a little tent out of your ghillie suit, and you have Socks with you, and you are woken up in the morning by Socks kind of crying out, and when you peer out of your ghillie suit tent, you see that he's just kind of like wandering back and forth, a little bit confused, but he's sticking really close to your little tent. And people walking by are kind of startled by him, and trying to avoid him. And one guy walking by sees you have your tent and sees you poking out. It's like, you can't sleep here. This is a public space. What are you doing? Move along, sir.
Knack groggily gets out of the tent, grabs it with one arm and slings it around him, puts on his mask, and just kind of stares at the guy, kind of like in a sleepy, half-awake, drunken. He's swaying back and forth. And he flips him off. And
all right, well, I was gonna say that was really efficient, but fine, whatever. Fuck you too, man.
He ushers Socks to come close, and he walks him over to the tavern.
Yeah, go take your weird fucking blue elephant. See if I give a fuck.
Knack snaps his fingers and casts Tangle under the guy.
The fuck! I gotta go to work!
Knack is walking away.
Stop! He's trying desperately to get his feet out of the fucking grass.
Knack walks into the bar.
Oh, I'm gonna be fired for sure! I should have just minded my own damn business! Shit! No!
Why are they all like this?
Why is every NPC fucking antagonistic as fuck?
His voice fades away as Knack walks into the bar and the door closes.
And you can just faintly kind of hear him be like, oh, my head.
Knack holds, kind of pulls the little baby enchanter closer to him as he walks through the doors of the bar and kind of looks around. He has honey too. Thank you. It's a great audiobook.
You're a walking barn.
Yeah. Yep. Knack keeps them close to him because he knows how much space he takes up now with his animals.
Honey is sniffing at Socks. He's getting slowly more used to him.
That's good.
He still doesn't like him
I'm
very
glad
much.
they don't fight because Honey would win.
Yeah.
Do they fight? Do they ever fight?
Honey and Socks?
Yeah.
No, Honey just kind of indicates that he's not super keen on him.
Yeah, okay.
And so Socks has been staying away.
Okay.
But right now, they're a little bit closer than they've been typically.
Yeah.
And Honey's not like growling or anything. He's just being wary of him and sniffing at him.
Knack sees their interaction and he gives Honey an approving pat and then slips him a little bit of food. And he walks in and takes a seat at a table.
Cool.
He just kind of sits there like groggily just swaying back and forth.
Alright. Okay. And Art, you wake up from your meditation to the feeling of a gentle breeze on your face. It feels warm and pleasant.
Ooh,
yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah. You get something really nice.
For fucking once.
Looking around the room, though, you notice that your window's still closed, so presumably you just generated your own little breeze.
Oh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. You had a very nice, pleasant, relaxing meditation. You feel well rested, ready to go.
I feel like this is a
Ready
first.
to face the world. Yeah, actually, you after the events of yesterday, and now having dealt with that, is feeling a lot more clear-headed, less conflicted, and emotionally strung out. Cool.
Which, considering how close to death you were, is kind of uncharacteristic of you.
Yeah.
I mean, despite that,
But
and
it's been a long time coming. And also, I did go actually seek medical attention, so...
Yeah.
I think he probably is pretty okay. He was on some pretty good drugs last night.
He just passed right the fuck out. So, Knack's hanging out
Knack's hanging out
in the bar.
He's
Well-
chilling, maxing, relaxing, all cool.
Shooting some b-ball outside of the school.
I could,
No, he's in the bar, Jeph.
All right. Sorry.
He's shooting some
There's
b-ball
no b-ball to be
inside the
seen.
school.
there's no b-ball in sight.
No, there's not. Unfortunately.
Can
It's a
Knack,
major point of regret in your life right now.
can Knack dunk?
I'm
Yeah.
assuming he can.
Dude, he's got
Knack's
fucking
7
ups
feet
for
tall.
days.
What the fuck is he doing being an adventurer? He should
Knack
be
can-
making mad cash.
He's
fucking-
Knack
just
is
shooting
dunking.
hoops.
Knack
Yeah.
can jump 20
It's
feet above the
slamming
basketball
dunks.
net and throw it downwards.
Yeah, Knack could jump from center court and do the thing.
Nat could jump from his basket to the other
Slam
basket.
dunk. That's what it's called.
We know sports.
Do the thing. Put the ball in the thing.
I know sports, guys. He's definitely on the basketball team in the college AU.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh, damn, yeah.
As of right now.
You all feeling pretty well rested. Oswalt might be a little bit out of sorts because of the voices he heard immediately waking up. It didn't throw you off super hard. Like, it wasn't terrifying or anything. It was just kind of weird. You know? Like, almost feels
Yeah.
like when you wake up out of a dream, but you're still, like, half asleep, so you still have a little bit of the dream sensation. It felt like that.
Well, I would also argue that Oswald's pretty comfortable with unsettling things.
Yeah, so it's not super weird. It's just not something that you've experienced a whole, like that specifically,
Yeah.
that you haven't experienced a whole lot.
Just a new unsettling thing for us.
Yeah. So he's like, oh, marvelous. Yeah. So.
Especially since you know it probably means something.
But yeah, despite that, like, and everybody got up, felt good.
Oh.
The one thing that you all definitely have in common as you wake up and get up and start your day is that you have the one question bouncing around in all of your heads, and that is, where do you go now?
While Knack is sitting there getting his shit together, he's going to take out a textbook from his bag.
Physics 101.
Or a group of textbooks.
Physics
And-
102.
And 103, 104, and
He's ta-
so on.
He thought he'd save time by taking all the courses at the same
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
All in physics, weirdly.
Not physics. Fuck that.
I'm sorry.
Specifically,
Geometry.
he takes out some textbooks on
Socioeconomics. Home economics.
All the economics.
The economics.
he takes out a book on Bell religions,
Yep.
and he has his notebook, and he flips to a page that he did not give to the research station of the mural on the wall.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
He places it down on the table, and he's flipping through books.
Okay. Cool. All right. So you're just
And that-
recapping for yourself some stuff that you've gone over before, but with the new thing that you have.
Knack
with the new
feels like
note.
he knows something, like he possibly has a lead, and so he is trying to find a certain page in his book on Bell.
Okay. While you're doing that, what's everybody else doing? Let's start with Oswalt.
If that's the case, then Oswald just comes downstairs, sits at the table, Knack, and takes out that rock that was in the puzzle box.
The little orb?
Yeah, and just kind of puts it down and goes, so, what do you think this is?
Knack stares at it for a moment and says,
I think that there may be more of them. I think there may be one in the north, in my home country of Bell.
And I'm just gonna say, for the sake of convenience, at this point, Art has probably started to come down and is seeing you two talk. Maybe overhears this, maybe sees what Knack's looking at, and as you say that you think there might be one in the north, he's going to say, I think there also might be one in the south around where I'm from.
Knack nods.
The country of Bell has many ancient civilizations that branched off across the world. There are many ruins in the jungles and the forests.
And he flips to a page showing broken ancient ruins.
Mm-hmm.
They bear many similarities. I think it might be worth looking into.
Could be a good lead.
Good lead to what, though? we work for the guild. We don't necessarily just run around and get up to shenanigans for no reason.
I mean, yes, we work for the guild, but I feel like we've started to stumble on something that the guild isn't quite ready for. I mean, we've all agreed we kept this thing.
Oh, you mean like shenanigans? We're not up to shenanigans, like just touching things wildly? And then she just pouts.
Oh.
We don't know if these artifacts are causing what's happening around the world.
Also,
We may have to consult with the guild before going further.
I think Brix is the only one that saw that room with the like chalkboards and recognized the. And
Yeah.
okay,
I
yeah.
did
So
as
you
well.
two are the only ones that know that the orb that came out of the puzzle box was sketched on one of the chalkboards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I guess nobody saw her kind of come up to the table.
No,
No,
she
she's-
just showed
She's
up.
a cat.
Yeah, just slinks up, yells something, pouts.
So
So
Can we-
cat.
Can we say that that underneath the table is very crowded? And there's 2 bowls of food for Knack. And
I was actually about to say that as Brix starts speaking, Honey underneath the table is like.
and the table goes.
Honey gets startled underneath the table when Brix starts speaking because he didn't hear or see Brix approach. As he gets startled and bumps the underside of the table, though, one of his new metal spikes gets stuck in the bottom side of the table. And he's like, and trying to pull it out. And then in trying to do so, like,
The table's just like.
breaks off part of the table as he
Yeah.
runs across the table.
All Knack's books spill everywhere. And Knack freaks out and starts trying to get Honey unstuck and
The bartender behind the counter is like, "What the fuck?"
What's his name?
Knack stands up and yells,
He's a growing boy!
Yeah, I can see that. He's huge. It's way bigger than a badger should be. What are you doing?
What does Honey do?
He's now like he's on the other side of the tavern, confused but no longer scared. So he's just kind of standing there and looking around.
Knack picks up the piece of the table that fell off and jams it back on and casts Warp Wood so it kind of stays together.
There! Fixed!
He sits back down.
Oh, actually, that's really dope. Thank you very much.
Knack throws up his arms wordlessly and slams them back down.
I mean, I was really upset with that. Like, you handled it, so.
If you look really close at the grain in the wood, it's actually like 2 middle fingers like, warped in there.
there are multiple little middle fingers.
As he's wiping down the table later.
Holding the table together like a zipper.
Yeah. As he's wiping
that's
down the
actually
table
really
later,
cool.
he's like, hey, man.
Hey, oh, I see what you did.
Come on.
You motherfucker.
But as he
Max
sings
like,
it, like the fucking wood piece falls away because the interconnecting things aren't there anymore.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Tag.
Also,
Or Meg, or whatever the fuck your name was.
Knack says,
Also, I can't get this fixed anywhere.
and he holds up his weapon.
I need to find a Thrycreen.
Well, I mean, there was that fellow on the boat, but in the meantime, Oswalt takes out his machete. I just get skeletons to beat up dudes, so you could use this if you want. It's not as cool as that.
Knack stares at the machete.
I'm not too keen on using metal weapons.
You know, on account of the gross arm and all.
Yeah. I mean, fair enough. I can assure you, though, these hurt. So, if you change your mind and he puts it back in the sheath, you let me know. Then he continues to look at the rock.
Thanks, buddy.
Something about you like carrying around the machete that you were stabbed with is very
Slightly.
unsettling.
Yeah, and the whole bar goes quiet when he puts it on the table. Everyone's like,
Tag's actually like, it's a pretty nice machete, actually. My dad had one just like that.
That's no knife.
Uh-oh.
No, he's not a dwarf.
Okay, good.
This is a knife. This is a knife. This is a knife. Just keep filing.
Yeah, I mean, let's
bigger knives on.
It's a fantasy world. Everybody's got a knife.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Check out my knife.
Too many knives. It's a Jenga tower of knives.
It's just a broadsword.
This falls over. We're all dead. No. Brix, what's your spot again?
It is a saffron.
Okay. So before Oswalt puts the orb back where he put it, you notice one of the symbols on one of the metal caps on either end of it catches your eye. And you know what it says. It says start.
Okay.
Just the one though. That's the only one that you like identify.
Interesting.
Brix can read now.
Yeah, seriously, since when can Brix read anything?
Well, her own bullshit, but
Yeah.
But now
Anything
she
that's
can
not
read
her own
other bullshit.
Knack then looks down at Socks and says,
I think while we're here, I should return Socks to his parents.
Socks' trunk pokes up from underneath the table and starts poking at Knack's ghillie suit.
"You mean the sock?"
Aww.
Yeah. But it's like...
Knack leans down and embraces his chin with both hands and pets him under the chin.
I think this is something I need to do. Do any of you want to come with me?
Really quick, this isn't an answer to the question. This is a not in character thing. If I were to feed him necrotic magic, would that hurt him?
No.
So if I just charged my hand with my carnal touch, he could just eat the energy?
Yep.
Yeah.
Because you're not attacking him.
Yeah, I could do that once per, every 6 seconds.
Yeah.
you're gonna make him fat.
Huh.
Yeah, no, he'd be fine.
Interesting. Okay.
You could have.
It would just change the property of his power spray.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like,
Turn him into some deadly fucking...
Okay, hold on.
Okay,
What
assuming that he ate exclusively that,
Yeah.
it
And
would
he
change
could,
the
it
property
sounds
of...
like.
Yeah.
What happens if an animal accidentally summons zombies and they follow his orders?
Well, if it's just
they just go get him food.
yeah,
if it's
negative
just
energy.
carnal touch, then yeah, he would just spew out negative energy at people.
They find him toys and food.
So he would just like spray, and then people would feel extremely bummed out.
well,
Or
probably
they're-
die.
Yeah. Or...
There's not much
Their
more
bodies would
bummed out you
shrivel
can
up.
be than dead.
He got you there.
You know what?
He sure did.
Mm-hmm.
He calls it like he sees it.
Mhm.
I
Okay.
respect that.
I wanted to know if, because I thought about feeding the little bastard, but
You can.
I didn't want to hurt it. When
You gotta take the sock off.
when Socks puts his little thing up, Oswalt takes the sock off and just kind of goes, I wonder, and charges carnal touch into his hand and then just holds it near his. Ooh, it tickles.
It's like going to a spa with a fish.
Yeah.
Oh,
The fish that eat your little
Yeah,
dead skin.
your hand feels very clean now.
Oswalt.
wow! all
can't
the
cast
grime
spells
under your
anymore.
fingernails and everything is gone, and like your cuticles are trimmed.
Yeah, he's got a perfect manicure.
Ooh.
Wow.
Oswald's.
You guys have got to try this.
Yeah. Oswald's.
Here, and then he touches everyone else with carnal touch, and they're all like,
Oswald's delighted and puts the sock back on his trunk.
Aww.
Knack is heartwarmed. You feel something at your belt tugging,
I look.
and you hear it.
Honey is trying to chew on Wick's skull.
Hey, whoa! I take Wick's skull and I like hold it close to my chest.
But he's not like biting on it hard, he's just teething on it essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah. Knack's got a fucking army, growing an army of animals.
He's a
that are just
Pokemon
fucking
trainer!
with the party now.
Yeah.
Honey's already evolved!
Honey lays his face on your lap and looks at you sadly.
I pet Honey, and I just go, hey, buddy. This is a really good friend of mine. I need you to not chew on my friend.
He's just licking your hand. He doesn't give a fuck.
Okay, I'm just scratching him on the side of the face.
He's licking your forearm as you do that.
Knack stands up from the table.
Honey's just a dog now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
and
a big dog.
He's a big, weird dog.
Yeah.
Knack just says,
You don't have to come with me, but can you please wait for me?
Oh, of course.
"Of course."
I can't speak for the rest of the party, my friend, but I'm not going anywhere. I have to make something right. So I'll be right here. And then Oswalt saunters off to the room that he was sleeping in.
So now he chooses not to speak for the party.
Out.
Knack looks to the rest of the party.
What do you think, Brix?
I'm not going anywhere.
So
Knack
you're staying
shrugs.
here?
Right here, and all claws into the table. No.
Okay.
Brick spends the next 3 days glued to the table.
Help, I didn't think this through.
Yeah. I think I have some things to take care of in town as well.
Knack nods.
Alright. So,
Farewell.
Yelling
the
out
guy that
window.
you entangled earlier is still entangled, by the way.
Oh no.
You! How dare you!
Knack gives him the finger guns as he
Four
walks
finger
past.
guns.
You
All
did this
four
to
finger
me! Why?
And he keeps going. He keeps going, and he keeps not listening to him. Just a million finger guns. He is not listening.
As you're walking away, Socks turns around and at the guy goes,
Who's making the finger?
the guy's like, yeah, well.
Honks right in his face. Do I have to spell magic?
No,
wait,
sure, you already left. It's fine. Over the next 3 days, the party splits off and goes their own separate ways. What happens is the following.
Knack makes his way through the field towards the woods, and he stops before the tree line. And he stares at the trees and begins gnashing his mandibles in anxiety. With his friends, he could at least ignore the things that he's been hearing to a certain degree. But this is going to take some work alone. He hasn't even begun to hear the voices. He just has such low expectations for what's about to happen that he just is anticipating that he's going to be being yelled at by the trees the whole time.
It's a fair assumption.
He takes a deep breath and he pushes forward into the trees.
And Socks is bouncing along behind him.
Like Bambi, yeah.
Yeah.
I imagine Socks is like a baby deer.
Yeah.
Yeah. And how he's like... Knack has a photographic memory of how to get through woods, so he probably has no problem with this.
Yeah. So he makes his way back to the ruins pretty quickly.
Okay.
The bear's just munching on some berries.
This time, Knack doesn't give a fuck about that bear.
Well, the bear's hanging out elsewhere. He's not in that same spot.
Cool.
But you do pass him, and he's munching on berries, so he doesn't give a fuck.
Knack's strategy with bears is just fucking act like it doesn't exist. And hopefully they don't give a
Bear
fuck.
doesn't notice you at all.
Yeah. Anyway,
Isn't that what you're supposed to do with bears anyways, like in the real life?
Sorta. Yeah. It's kind of hard to.
Because it's a fucking bear!
Yeah, I know. But
I saw a bear once, and it was not...
Did you pee? Immediately?
I was like 7. So
yeah.
So
like,
yes, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway. Knack keeps going. What happens? Like... Okay, so do the trees do anything?
As you get close to the ruins, you start hearing the whispers pick up again. At this point, all the voices that are calling out are specifically asking for Knack to come back. Like, they are calling Knack by name, and the longer this goes on, the more and more angry the voices sound.
Yeah.
So they're getting very frustrated and very annoyed. They want to know, they want you to come back, and they want to question you about something. They're not being specific at the moment, but they're very gung-ho about Knack coming back.
I am making this known. Knack is a stubborn asshole about this. Knack is being a brat. He is just, no! And he is pushing on, and he's trying his best to ignore
Honey
it.
can tell that you're very upset about this, and it's
Yeah.
like walking pretty much so he's like pressed up against you as you guys continue on.
Yeah. In one particular moment where Honey is getting a little too crowding, Knack shoves him away out of agitation because he is just on edge constantly through the woods. And realizing what he did, he drops to one knee and just hugs Honey.
Oh, and tries to like drown out the sound coming from all around him, pretty much.
Yeah, he's just petting him. And, sorry.
It's all happening inside Knack's head, but at this point, there's trees everywhere, and they're so loud that it's like concussive.
Yeah, Honey, or Knack tries to reassure Honey that everything's okay, and then he gets up and keeps going, and tugs on Socks to follow him, and then they keep going.
Yay!
Until they get there.
Yep, okay. So you're there. It doesn't take a whole lot to find the other disenchanters.
This is probably like a day and a half later, right?
It's just about a day. Like you got there a lot faster than you did the first time.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Yeah. This place immediately starts giving Knack the sweats.
Yeah.
It is not okay now knowing the context of this place.
Yeah. Yep. Fair enough.
He's so much more creeped out than the first time he was there. Mm-hmm. And now the fact that he's without the party is like weighing on him super hard. Mm-hmm. But he goes on to find the nest.
Yep. It doesn't take a whole lot to find the nest. I mean, you've already been there. It's just the one adult disenchanter that's there. It doesn't seem to mind your presence since it already knows your scent and you have its baby with you.
Yeah.
Briefly, Socks runs up to the parent, nuzzles up against it for a little bit, and then waddles back over to you.
Knack has said his goodbye and is almost on like his way out the door.
Okay.
When the disenchanter comes back, Knack is like, oh, and he kneels down on one knee and produces some good berries in his hand and offers them, but then he starts tossing them towards the adult so that it goes back.
Yeah. All right. It's following the good berries and eating them.
Knack gets up and again goes towards the door.
All right. So you're leaving, and as you're leaving, you go back through the hollow that led into this clearing. And you're making your way through the forest, back up north. And about halfway, Socks comes bouncing up behind you again.
Knack sighs and kneels down again and takes his face in both hands and pets him. And then his hands glow and entangle roots shoot up out of the ground and hold him in place. And Knack gets up and stares at him and walks away.
So he's just hanging out eating grass for a while.
Knack is walking away through the ruins towards the woods, and as he gets to the tree line, he turns around and looks back. Knack looks sad. He wishes a part of him, a small, tiny little spark, a little blip on a heart monitor, wishes that they could have stayed together. Knack ultimately would love to have a ton of friends from the forest join him on his adventure. But he knows that this is the right thing to do.
Okay. So
he's not going to force this.
You make your way up back through the field. You get within line of sight of the drawbridge, and you start hearing behind you as Socks comes bouncing up behind you again.
Knack rubs his hands against his mask and throws it on the ground and turns around.
What are you doing?
Socks has got his trunk just pressed up against the mask and is sniffing it to see if it's magical.
Picks it up.
You can't be here. Go back.
Knack casts Speak with Animal.
Yep.
It is very basic. The animals still have an intelligence of like 1 or 2, so it's like they can barely respond, but they know what the fuck he's getting at. He says, you're better off staying here, man. You got all the food you want. Mm-hmm. You got your parents. Why do you want to come with me?
The message that you get from Socks essentially boils down to, he likes you and you smell nice.
Wait, smell nice?
Yeah.
He smells magic.
Oh, okay.
Well, that was the thing that initially attracted them to you guys to begin with.
That's true.
That's great, man, but you don't want to be with me. We're in all sorts of trouble. It's no place for a little baby like you.
Essentially, Sox's feeling is that trouble means magic.
I guess.
So food.
He's not wrong.
It's
He's super not wrong.
It's not right though.
Socks don't give a fuck.
That's the next message you get. Socks don't give a fuck.
Socks don't give a fuck. Yeah.
Socks
It's
puts
gotta
on
be,
aviators.
It's gotta be simple like that.
Ships
yeah.
you with them.
Yeah.
Uh,
He doesn't really mind. He's getting to the point where he would have gone off on his own anyway. He's young, but he's almost an adult. Pretty much.
That's what he says to you. I'm 13. I'm basically an adult.
I'm 13 and a half? So you can't tell me what to do, alright?
Oh god, are you just gonna have a mouthy teen? Mouthy teen disenchanter.
That little spark
But
is
no,
gone now.
Knack,
What he's actually saying over and over is essentially just that he likes you and that you smell nice and that trouble means magic.
Knack,
Like, over and over, pretty much.
Knack uses a knowledge religion.
For what?
Knack reaches out and asks the god if this is okay.
I was about to say, is he trying to like out theology the fucking disenchanter? Like,
No. I'm not.
Actually?
Knack recognizes that this is a simple animal that has simple wants and needs, and he knows that if this thing follows him, it's going to be taken into some pretty fucking dangerous places. And he can't ask the
I mean,
mom
you could
or dad.
stable it.
I could stable it. I could fucking tame it easily. That would be so easy for Knack. Knack could potentially keep this thing in a spellbound state where it doesn't even know what it wants and just keep it with him. But he doesn't want that. Knack is reaching out to his god to ask if this is okay.
Okay.
Is it okay that this simple
You
creature...
don't have to roll anything, by the way. Just
Okay.
like you're connecting with your god, you're trying to talk about nature and all that. And when trying to get a feel for whether or not that's alright, you do get a pleasant, warm feeling in your thorax.
Knack, without thinking, like, hugs himself with all four arms.
Aw.
And just stands there with his eyes closed for a few moments and then reaches down and pets him.
The most sense that you can make of the feeling that you get from this connection is that nature's just going to do what it's going to do.
Yeah.
It's not like he's under any illusion of anything. He's just essentially following his nose.
Knack, after having that experience, after having that feeling, Knack knows what the answer is. But he still looks at the little baby and shakes his head. You don't know what you're getting yourself into, buddy.
His trunk is poking at your ghillie suit again.
But he takes him by the chin and leads him through the woods, back towards the town.
Yes!
I did it. Knack also starts gathering flowers because he knows he's got to give something to his party members for waiting for him for 2 days.
What kind of flowers?
Just fucking nice ones, man. Just real pretty ones.
Something to make pooch out of.
Just fucking nice flowers.
What kind of plants
Just
do I...
fucking nice ones, man.
What kind of plants do I find? Do I find some good ones?
Yeah, you find some decent
find
flowers.
stink blossoms.
Stink ass blossoms. Yo, those are good.
You find a fuckload of dandelions, some daisies, and 3 tulips.
I take those 3 tulips. I take anything nice I find on my way back.
What's wrong with dandelions?
Dandelions are cool. They're just everywhere. Weeds. So anyway,
That's
Matt's
fine.
got opinions on dandelions. He don't like them.
Okay. Art, he would like to go back to the researchers and fill them in on the background that was obviously lost of like the mission he'd done before up to the north.
Oh,
Back
with the necromancers?
Yeah, back like 15 years ago. Because obviously no one had ever been able to come back and report on that.
Okay. Yeah.
So he would feel like it was his duty to like fill in the gaps there. So I figure since it's chaotic in there, that probably takes the first better chunk of a day. And he also needs to go shopping because I bought things. so I'll let him go shopping.
Cool. Also, because of a lot of the damage that you took, you probably need to get new scale mail. When you go to the research center to go and report on that, when you first start talking about it, they're actively listening, but they're just kind of taking it in. But the more you go into detail about it, someone's like, all right, hold on. It disappeared for a bit, bring back a couple more people, and they have like clipboards and some papers, so they're actively recording it and get you to start over. And so you're going into detail and everything. As you go through it, they start asking you for questions for a little bit more detail about certain things. They really appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yeah!
But yeah, so otherwise I guess we're just walking around town. I'm trying to stop you from stealing things while I'm actively trying to buy things.
Well, that's the thing. Brix is trying to, like, size up a couple of fucking crossbows and things. Yeah, just checking it out. Just, like, looking down the sights and, like, oh, yeah, that's a good one. Slaps the stock and, like, puts it back. And, like, I'll be back for you later. When Art's not looking.
Brix gets a crossbow.
Brix not get a crossbow, I'm watching her.
But Brix is gonna go back when Art's not looking. You made a mark.
Yeah.
Yeah. Covered the paw in ink.
Yeah.
I'm watching you.
But while they're later on sort of in a store perusing the goods, Brix is just like,
So, I have some questions.
Yes.
So you have your cool invisible friend, Sky Dude.
God.
And,
yes.
I was just wondering, does he have a house? Like, where does he live?
Art's gonna think about that for a second. Gods typically don't... It's not really... You can't really go to a place where a god is. God is all around us.
Oh, so it's that kind of horse shit.
Not the words I would use, but okay.
And she's just like, okay, well, if he doesn't have, like, a place that I can go to, how do I get in touch with that guy, your Sky Dude?
Well, it depends on the Sky Dude.
There's more than one?
Just in the short time I've known you, I have communed with 2 different gods. Knack's god is a different god. If we were to connect, which we would never, with whatever god governs what Oswalt does, it would also be a different god.
Okay.
So first you need to know who you're looking for.
That's the problem. Is I'm trying to figure this out, and I was just kind of hoping I could go knock on some doors and ask a bunch of questions and then steal their candy dishes and leave. But...
What?
Am I gonna bring this cat to church? Like, I don't understand.
Get me to church. Sorry.
I have some beefs, is what I'm saying.
All right.
And I just need to know where I can go to file a complaint and maybe throw a Molotov cocktail if necessary.
Well, we're not gonna do that.
Molotov cocktail is now a quote by fucking Brix.
Excuse me. It's an alchemist fire.
Alchemist fire, I was gonna say.
And it's the best item in all of D&D.
Because it's a Molotov cocktail.
Because it's multi-purpose.
Counterpoint, Qual's feather.
No.
It's mostly just for lighting things on fire.
Which can serve multiple purposes.
Okay.
You want to damage a thing?
You want to cook a big roast?
You want to check for traps?
You want to cook a big roast and check for traps?
You just want to throw an alchemist fire? Alchemist fire!
Chosen to do
Buy one today!
Damage.
Well, thank you for the word from our sponsor, Alchemist Fire.
Thank you! Can we just name the podcast
Alchemist Fire?
Alchemist Firecast.
We've used it one time.
It's the best. You should use it more.
I have a place where I would like to file some grievances and maybe kick some shins and then throw a little alchemist fire if I need to.
Okay, well, we're not going to kick shins or throw alchemist fire.
Man, I never get to do anything fun.
Out.
But I guess I can take you to wherever the locals here do worship God, and that would, whichever entity they worship may be able to help you.
All right, then.
I'm taking the cat to church, I guess.
It's happening.
Because that is all Art knows, and he would.
Alright.
Probably
Marvelous.
not the god of his choice, but let's go to church, Jeph.
Alright, so
Paint us a word picture.
in Kistel, there are the 3 old gods that are primarily worshipped. It's all in the countries further to the east that worship some of the newer gods. So where Art is from, Mondin, is one of the places where it's mostly the new gods that are worshipped, like Havaste and Freylor. So in Coombe specifically, where you guys are now, the most popular religion that is seen is the Church of the God of the Sea.
So you basically take Brix to Red Lobster.
Yeah. Everybody's wearing big bibs. One
And
guy
the
has those big foam fingers, but they're lobster hands.
And they're just playing Under the Sea.
And then like the like host or whatever food it is that you eat is actually like the Cheddar Bay biscuits or whatever.
Oh my god, it is. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, so that's where we are. We're
Yeah,
at
they're
Red
crab
Lobster.
legs.
Oh god. And they're endless.
Endless crab legs! This place rules!
So you take
Fuck
Brix
yeah,
to...
religion.
I'm taking Brix to this church, and I'm going to make sure she doesn't fucking steal anything.
I just want to jump in really quick and say that out of all the ways I thought this was gonna go, this was so
No! Me neither!
Yeah, I didn't see this coming either.
No.
Though,
Surprise,
perhaps I
bitches.
should have.
What's on the inside of this building?
Well,
It's
primarily,
like fish tanks, I assume.
it looks like what you'd expect a church to look like. A lot of pews, a big podium at one end, and a lot of stained glass. But the stained glass just mostly depicts different water in different shapes.
Oh.
Yeah, and at the very end of the church, behind the podium, is one just very intricate, swirly-looking collection of like water droplets that's sitting above a body of water.
Are there any like church leaders or anyone milling about?
There's
or...
a couple people sitting in pews, and one person who's just kind of standing up near the edge of the place in long light blue robes.
And he's the one that looks like he's running the place?
Yeah,
Brix
like,
just
people
stomp-
are coming up to him and like asking him questions and things.
So Brix, they walk in, she scans the room, she manages to pinpoint like, that one, he's the leader. And then she just like, just beelines it, just stomping her little cat feet all the way.
He's the leader of
And-
the bunch.
Art is going to try his best to keep pace with her and not let her just fucking storm up to this
Okay.
master.
Yeah, so she just storms up and just like, I don't know if he's already talking to somebody in the middle of a conversation or
He
something
was
like
in
that.
the middle of a conversation.
So
yeah.
she just storms up and is just like, hey! And starts like yanking on his robe and just like, hey, pay down here! And just like, you know.
The dude is like, "Excuse me a moment," and turns to look at you and is like, "Yes, how can I help you?"
Where is he? Where the guy who owns the house? Where is he? I need to talk to him right now.
I'm sorry, I don't know what you mean.
Art is going to put a gentle hand over Brix's entire face.
And she does that thing that cats do, like the ears just go right back and she's just like, trying to like get away from
She's
it.
go.
Yeah, she's doing the weird back up, like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The cheese, the thing when you put the cheese on the cat's face.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
that.
exactly.
She's rolling back on her butt.
Okay.
And I apologize for the intrusion, Father, but my friend here she seeks the guidance of God and is unaware of how to achieve it, and she would like your help.
Brix pushes away the hand.
I don't seek any guidance. I need to talk to him now.
What the fuck? Why is Brix so mad at God?
Brix is so fucking mad at God. I was not
So
expecting
mad
him to
at
be
God.
quite that mad at God.
So mad. Despite how crazy Brix is being, the guy looks pretty calm and like very warm and
He's a
inviting.
professional.
Yeah,
He's used to
yeah.
injured people talking to him.
Yeah. In order to get the guidance and word of God, you just need to be open and receptive to it.
No, see, this is the problem. I have not been open and receptive and wanted none of his bullshit, and yet here we are. Now, where is he?
I'm sorry, could you please tell me what you mean?
He keeps yelling at me, and him and his weird friends keep showing up when I don't want them around. And frankly, I'm sick of it, and if they don't leave me alone, I'm gonna start throwing this shit.
And she holds up a fucking alchemist fire.
Art takes
No!
the alchemist fire.
My only threat.
Unfucking believable.
And logging that for future. Yeah, I'm gonna wait for this to resolve.
Brix is
but
gonna burn a
okay.
church.
Yeah, Brix is gonna burn a church down. Brix is gonna burn something down. So I'm just gonna keep that for now.
I'm sorry, but let me just get this straight. Are you, my little feline friend, saying that you hear the word of God?
I hear something, and there's a lot of it, and they're always yelling at me.
Could you tell me what they say?
To be honest with you, I'm not sure. It's just a lot of mumbling, and then there's dudes who don't have faces, and then there's light guys who maybe have faces, but they're hard to look at. You know what? This is not important. Where is he?
No, this sounds important.
It sounds very important.
This sounds really important, Brix.
Some dude in the back is like, "Yeah, I think you got the wrong guy."
You know what?
And she just fucking... I want her to sprint towards this guy.
I mean, he's right there.
Wait, no,
We're
but it was-
talking to... Oh,
No,
that
a
guy?
dude in the back
Oh,
was like,
shit.
yeah.
She's gonna... I want her to just run at him and... Hold on. Where the fuck did I put my character sheet?
Oh God.
Oh,
Wow.
Hey!
Hey, shut the fuck up, cat!
Brix, please don't...
Would you shut the fuck up, son of a... I'm trying to pray! Asshole!
Jeff's famous antagonistic NPC.
Yep.
I have 5 vials of glue, and I'm throwing one at this guy.
Alright.
Where do you
Roll an attack roll, please.
get these things?
Is Art asking this, or is
Are
Nick
you
asking?
aiming anywhere in particular, or
I'm
just at him?
Just at him, center mass, I guess?
I'm gonna say Art says that. Just where is that? Where did she get that?
Where did you... You just have items!
Yeah, that's the... Where'd the sock come from? We don't know.
Where'd the glue come from? I don't know.
That's 6 total.
So you just get glue everywhere!
Alright, so you throw a vial of glue.
Yeah.
It misses completely and crashes through one of the stained glass windows.
Okay.
Yeah.
And she's like, yeah, I take that.
A vial of... How much force did a fucking cat throw it with? That
It's,
gonna
it's
crash
not
through a
about
window?
the force, it's about the fact that these windows are not very stable.
Stained glass has metal in it.
Yeah, it went through part of the glass.
Fine.
Also, this is fucking medieval shit. It's not exactly very well refined glass.
It was all about the look and not about it actually being good.
Yeah. Because
Plus, you know...
they weren't expecting anybody to be throwing glue.
Yeah. And I mean, the contractors, they were skimming a little off the top, so the glass is much thinner than it should be.
Yeah. I mean, there's only so much you can do when you're evading taxes, right?
Yeah.
Anyways, so she throws the vial of glue, completely misses the guy, hits the window, goes through. She's just like,
What? And fuck that window too.
and then she
I meant to do that.
I meant to do that.
and then she
You can't prove I didn't.
she turns back around.
She's like, see, I'm serious. Now tell me where he is.
Brix,
Wait, to whom? To the preacher?
Yeah.
Or to the guy?
the preacher.
Who's still, like, leaning back in his pew, like,
So where is he?
Brix, I told you there isn't...
You missed!
Oh, I'm gonna get him on the way out.
Sir, please.
she's got like claws out, and she's like, oh, she's
The like preacher guy is also annoyed with the dude in the back. He's like, shh, stop, please.
Who knows what she has in her rucksack?
Yes.
She already had a vial of alchemist fire. She had a vial of glue.
Yeah.
Also, this is the house of God. Please.
Brix, I told you it's a figurative house. It's not. God is around you. It's not someone.
And that's
you
the
can,
He
problem.
doesn't just live here.
He doesn't live anywhere.
As you guys are discussing this, the preacher points behind the podium. There is a what we like to call a spiritual pool of water there, and we find that it's easier to commune with our God when we are in a body of water.
Oh, this will be great.
Also, there's the door.
No, this man is very accepting.
This is obviously
He's very patient.
some cat in need of help.
Yeah.
So he's
Trying his best. He's trying to... This cat wants to find God. This man is trying to help this cat find God.
Yeah, you want to be the priest that converts an animal.
Yeah, these
He's gonna be famous.
Yeah, that's true.
In the back of his head, he's like, yes.
Okay, so there's a pool of water, like what, in the back? There's like a courtyard or something?
No. It's behind the podium. There's the like big stage, right?
Right.
And then right by the wall, it's like a jacuzzi sized little like it's like a tub of water essentially, but it's like filled up with seawater.
Okay.
Yeah, you can get in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Artist surprise.
Yeah. So he's like, this is how you
he's
do
like,
it?
We find it easiest to commune with our God when we're surrounded by water.
Okay. So she marches over to the little pool.
All
and
right.
she's kind of looking down at it for a beat. And then she punches the water.
As a cat would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That flick slap that cats do. And she's just like, hey!
supposed to be in it.
And then she turns back. She stares the dagger.
Would you leave, please?
She does
please.
the thing with her fingers where it's like, I'm watching you. And then she slaps the water again. And she's just like, hey! He's not answering. And then she just sort of looks at everybody. Everyone's just like,
You have to be calm. You have to be surrounded.
I am calm!
You are objectively not.
Literally not.
Brix, you've been around when I've communed with my God before. It's usually in a calm state. A quiet
I am
state.
very calm. She's got like the owl eyes and like her hackles are up, you know?
She's like standing sideways, like the archback just bouncing towards. Yeah.
I'm so calm. Look at how calm I am.
See you tomorrow, Father. And he leaves.
Thank God that guy's gone.
The preacher's just to himself is like, just like.
Art's gonna give him a little aside. You do good work here.
Right, so
I think if you... This is partly for my own amusement at this point. I think if you were to sit in the water and just try and clear your thoughts. Maybe. I as a player could not even get this out. Just convince the cat to sit in a pool of water. Let's go.
To get into a pool of water and meditate.
Meditate.
Or could you just kick Brix into the water?
That's not gonna help.
Okay.
It's not gonna help.
no.
Because she'll do the flaily thing and jump out of the water and run out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, Art may find a bit of a mischievous streak, but he's not mean. He's not a mean boy. He's a very nice boy. He would never push his friend into a pool. He would just convince them to go in of their own free will.
Fair enough.
And I do want to point out that Brix doesn't have a lot of intelligence or wisdom, so you could probably
Perfect. I
talk
love
her
this.
in if you needed to.
Please roll a diplomacy to get her to go in the water.
Brix, just do it.
Oh, a real roll, guys. That's a 32.
Oh, fuck!
Dude, Art's like, just get in the water, and you're like, Yeah, all right.
Fine.
Woo! No, not fine. You think it's the best idea you've ever heard.
Yeah, but she's a cat, so she's indignant about it.
All right, fine.
Fine.
But
Anyway.
inside you're like, shit, yeah.
Yeah.
Should get in that water.
So Brix does the thing where she like shimmies out of her outfit and just like wraps it all up in her cape.
Yeah.
Throws it at Art.
So she dips one little paw in, like one of her back paws, and she's just like,
Oh God, it's wet.
It will be wet in there.
is there like little stairs going in
Yeah.
or something? Okay.
There's
yeah.
only like 3 steps. It's not very deep. Like you could
Yeah, but 3 steps, that's all of Brix's body, basically.
you can
Yeah.
go into the pool and it would go up to your like chin.
Okay.
So it's designed so anybody could go in and sit down in the water and like be comfortably engulfed in the water. But for you, you'd go in and just be like, ah.
Fair enough.
So maybe you could like sit on the first step or so, or the second.
Yeah, as
step.
long as it's
It's
like
it's like a hot tub.
yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, so Brix gingerly steps down the stairs, and every single time she goes a little bit deeper, she's like, oh God, it's touching me. And like, and like just gets in, and she looks back at Art at one point, and she's like,
Am I doing this right?
I think so. Just try and clear your thoughts.
Okay.
I don't know what that means.
yeah,
What's a thought?
anyways.
If she
make your
breathes,
brain
she's
shut
a thought. Sorry.
Brix is not a thought, you take that back.
I wasn't saying Brix was a thought.
You said if she breathes, which she does. And she's the
I
only
guess
she...
Brix is a thought?
No! Anyways, no,
Yeah.
she can't be a meme gremlin and a thought. You
No.
choose.
But yeah, just try
Does she
and
know?
make your brain shut up for a second.
I'm gonna let you know that maybe I'm not the one who has this problem, but there's definitely something out there that does.
And
What?
Taking notes. Art will remember this.
yeah, and so she sits. Well, not sits, but she gets so that the water is basically like up to her snoot. Like if she started talking, just little bubbles would come out.
Okay.
And her ears are back. And she's
She
not.
doesn't like this at all.
She does not like this at all. And also, she's like a really puffy cat.
Yeah, she's gonna look like a drowned rat when she comes out.
Oh yeah, but like in the
Except for
water.
the top half of her head. It's gonna be nice and puffy.
Oh yeah.
Thank you.
Sorry.
That was a really
Oh,
good.
that's gonna get demonetized on YouTube.
No, it was only 2 seconds. So
That's fair.
All right.
Anyways, so she's just in the pool, and she's just kind of.
So am I doing this right, or...
Don't think about what you're doing right or wrong. Just
I don't have to think about doing things wrong!
Just relax.
Just try and
So she
allow
tries-
yourself to be open to another power.
Yeah. So she's calms down a little bit, tries to soothe herself, like just through thoughts and things like that.
She's like, okay, thinking, calm thoughts. Think, calm?
All right. So as you're sitting there trying to calm down, you eventually find yourself in this nice mental loop where you slowly quiet out your thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
And you do end up opening yourself up to another power. And similar to Knack's god, communicating with this god is just feeling things, right?
Okay.
So you do feel some kind of a connection to something.
Okay. So immediately in
Yeah,
her mind, she's like,
you don't have
Fucking
any
gross.
questions, so it's not giving you anything particular, like it's not giving you anything specific, but you can feel something there.
it's just
Okay.
going, who the fuck are you?
It's like, hello? Who dis?
Yeah, that's the feeling you get. Hello.
New phone, who dis?
yeah. And I guess the vibe she's putting out is leave me alone, stop contacting me.
What?
And the vibe you're getting back...
Is saying, okay.
No, the vibe you're getting back is completely different from what you felt before.
Okay, so
Yeah. So it's not like it's responding to that. It's just giving you more of the same vibe that you can recognize as being different from what you felt previously with your dreams and all the visions and stuff. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's very noticeably a very different feeling. Like when you felt the visions and lost control and stuff before, that was a very contained thing. Like, you experienced it and you could see it and you still had control of your thoughts, but you didn't feel like you had control of anything else, and everything else was just going crazy around you. You just feel the connection in you.
Okay. Well then...
So it's, very noticeably a different sensation.
Right. Brix realizes that this is different than what she's been experiencing through her, weird episodes and her dreams and things like that, and gets a little frustrated and is just like, tell your weird friends to leave me alone then. The faceless one, those, light guys or whatever they are, and tell them to stop sending me secret messages.
The response you get back, when your hand falls asleep...
So
and
numbness.
It feels like that, as if it doesn't know what to send back to you.
Okay. Yeah, I guess at that
Just
point... yeah, she's just like...
it's trying to explain something, communicate something back to you, but the message is weird, and it just ends up making you feel, weird and numb inside.
Okay.
So
I guess...
you can't discern what that means,
right?
One way or another.
All right. I guess at this point, Brix is she's just frustrated because this is not going the way she wanted. She just wanted to yell at someone and get off my lawn, my brain lawn.
Brain lawn.
Oh.
But it's not working because this is clearly something different.
She's like, damn it! I'm really hoping this was God.
Yeah, exactly.
Fuck.
I thought this was the sky dude, and I guess just puts up mental barriers or blocks or whatever and just severs the connection, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, she just swamp monster marches out of the water and then shakes and fucking... yeah, just...
You're all puffy now. The preacher actually has a towel ready for you.
Oh.
Because,
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Does it have a big red lobster on it?
No.
Damn it.
But it is red.
Oh, okay.
He, ruffles you around a little bit, and then just wraps it around you and leaves you with it for a bit.
And I guess Brix is just sort of standing there, mildly damp and mad.
Did you feel anything?
Yes, I think, but it wasn't what I was looking for. You tell him to tell his friends to knock it off.
I will do my best.
All right then.
And she takes off the towel and folds it up and
Thank you.
and shoves it back at him.
Thank you. It's covered in cat hair. He's like,
Yeah, it's not
really
red
didn't
anymore.
Think about that.
It's not red anymore. It's a pinkish gray
Yeah,
color.
Brix is just like, well, I guess I'm done.
Thank you, Father. And I think we have a lot to talk about.
Of course. You're welcome anytime.
Yeah, thanks for nothing. Bye.
And then just leaves.
Turns to Art and he's like, is your cat alright?
I think so.
Alright, well, please do try to keep an eye on her. She seems deeply troubled.
I always do. Don't
All
worry.
right. May God be with you.
And with you.
She gets outside and she's like, I'm mad and I'm damp and I didn't get to do what I want to do and nothing feels
As
right.
you walk out of the church, the dude who was kicked out is standing outside. He's like, ah, you're all wet.
I want to attack him.
Wow. Oh!
Just a quick little claw across
Please
the
roll
leg.
an attack.
Roll attack.
Okay. It's a 13.
Yeah.
I don't see why that wouldn't hit him.
No.
No, he doesn't have any armor.
Flat-footed at best.
Across
He's not
the throat.
expecting
No.
He
So
actually
you-
had very low HP.
He takes 4 damage.
So you slash him across the leg. He's like, oh, no, oh, jeez. He collapses, just holding his leg. He's like, oh my god, that's bleeding a lot.
Art is going to come out, see this scene, hand the man a bandage.
He doesn't take it. He's got both hands on his leg.
Oh, jeez. Do I...
You just kind of drop it next to him.
Ah.
I'm damp. I'm frustrated.
No,
I didn't get to do the things I want to do, and then this asshole, I need to steal something to feel normal. And she just picks up a stone off the ground, shoves it in a pocket, and is like, there!
Okay, while she's going off like that, Art is gonna just bandage this dude up real quick. Not
cool.
make a huge thing of it, and then we're going. Let's go home. Let's go back to the inn.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the end of another episode of the Killustrators. We hope you enjoyed it. It's me, Adam. I control these here wave files. As usual, music provided by Kevin McLeod of Incompetech.com. This episode will be going up on YouTube on Friday, and then we'll have a fresh new episode for you in 2 weeks. Check us out at Killustrators on Twitter if you want to see some more role-playing-esque shenanigans. Pretty active on there. You can also find our personal Twitters through there if you'd like. Join our Discord if you're looking for fun things to do. We got lots of good people on there talking about all sorts of fun stuff. The link to the Discord is in the description. Thank you very much for reviewing and sharing our show. If you're so inclined, we really appreciate it, and it helps us out a ton. So yeah, we're starting to roll into a new chapter, if you will. It's lots of fun stuff. It's the longest one, so it'll be interesting to see how you guys react to all the things that are about to happen. See you in 2 weeks. Okay, bye-bye.